How y'all doing? I am running behind today yet again. I just got so much going on recently, and once again, I find myself behind the 8-ball doing a million things instead of being able to jump on here on time. I will be here shortly. In fact, I'm just completing setup right now. And then we're going to do a morning show. I promise you this, it will not be a lengthy morning show. I'm going to make an attempt to have a shorter one so that we could do around 3 hours of Assassin's Creed Black Flag today. Yesterday, we only got to play around 2, and that wasn't enough. I found myself still hungry for a lot more, okay? So, I shall be back in just a minute, and then we will begin with the morning show, all right? So get ready, grab a drink or a snack, and do whatever you need to do, because we are going to begin shortly with a little hangout, get built up here, and then get started. All right, so I shall be back in a minute. See you in a bit. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. It is the DSP Morning Show here on DSP Gaming. I'm Darkside Phil. It is Friday. Wow. The 10th of July, 2026. It's weird. I've been so thrown off this entire week because, as you know, my schedule has been completely different, and I'm just so confused about what day it is, what I'm doing. I'm late again, and I'm sorry. I know usually I'm here and we start at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. Here it is like 11:42. It's horrible. I should never be late, but I'm late, and I hate it. I got so much going on. That's the thing. I got so much going on that I'm working on and juggling wild stuff. And some updates today. I'll give you a couple positive updates, some good stuff in regards to future content and whatever. So I'm excited. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. Look at this, 220 already contributing, 100 kicks to the stream. Thank you, 220, for being our first contributor. I think 220 is just so thrilled that he got unbanned, even though I didn't ban him. I mean, I didn't unban him, excuse me. But I'm just too lazy to reban him, to be honest with you. How's everyone doing? Let's see who we got this morning. On the YouTube side, we've got Tommy Versetti, Dark Lady Goth, Games for Days, Philip, Vietnamese Comrade, BRS, Gaia1, Parasolo, Perfect Picasso, and Nothing Here. How you doing? On the kick side, who do we got? A lot of people. Siegfried, first of all, just did 100 kicks. Thank you to Siegfried for the 100 kicks. But 220 beat you to the punch there. Who do we got? Unsleeve the goals. We got a stepmom and a stepson and Obi-Wan, Maestro David, Seventh Band, the AC installer, Be More Righteous. Who else do we got? A lot of people here today. Good morning, everyone. I hope that you're all doing well. And thank you for being here and chilling here on my morning show. We have a lot of updates for everybody today. And just a little bit of chill vibe. I promise you I'm not going to try to make this morning show very long. Reason being, yesterday was the premiere of Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resync, and I didn't really get too much gameplay in. I wish I got a lot more gameplay than I did because we had so much going on. The morning show yesterday, or excuse me, the podcast yesterday was pretty lengthy because of everything else that had happened. I needed to talk about it. So because of all of that, you know, we're going to get more today. We're going to get around 3 hours of Assassin's Creed Black Flag in today. And I can't wait because we're going to do story to start. We did all the side content in Havana yesterday. Havana is the intro area. So now that we've thoroughly tested the combat and the controls and the parkour, etc., now we can jump into the story, all right? So good stuff. Yes, I am enjoying the game so far. Really quick summary. The graphics are great and runs really well on my PC, which I'm surprised because a lot of people said they were having issue with the graphics. I'm not. The controls, very different from the original game. The combat is completely redone to be more modernized with heavy and light attacks, combos, parries, dodging. It's very different from the original. Parkour also redone where everything is easy to climb now, and it's pretty free-flowing for the most part. There's a couple parts that they did make a little bit more challenging to climb, but for the most part, you could just free flow through the city. So it is a good game so far, although a lot of people might have issue and be like, oh, it doesn't have the spirit of the original because they made it too easy. You may be right. You know, we're just in the intro. I guess we'll see as we get further into the game what I really think. But overall, yeah, I do feel like It's fun and the graphics are good, so I'm excited to jump in for more today. So, good stuff, all right? Now, I have many updates for everybody, okay? I do. Oh, Vietnamese Comrade, you're taking off? All right, I'll see you tonight. Many updates for everyone in regards to many different things, okay? So first off, I know what we're going to be doing for DSP Tries It next week. I want to try a new sandwich that they actually had at Firehouse Subs, and I haven't been to Firehouse Subs in a very long time, so it'll be cool to go back. I think it's been like a year. They have these two, I guess they're called like, what do they call it? Smoky, like a smoky, I didn't write it down. Hold on. They're called them smoking honey melts. They have a chicken and a steak. So I think I'm going to try the chicken smoking honey melt from Firehouse Subs. Something very different. I don't do Firehouse very often because it's not near me. But almost every single time that I try it, I love it. So I think we'll probably do that for next week. And that will likely be, I think I'm setting it up for Tuesday this week rather than Monday. So that's coming up. And I'm excited for that. Because we didn't do a DSP Tries It last week due to the scheduling and everything, right? So that's coming up. We have several different updates going on right now. So let me think in my head here. Oh, update number 1. I was contacted by Pokemon Center. They are processing my order for the Pitch Black box of Pokemon cards. This is the new set that's coming out in a week. I guess what it is, because it's a week away, they started processing. Now, I wonder if that means they're going to ship early. Because technically, Pitch Black isn't supposed to be out until the 17th. But maybe Pokemon Center will process early. I don't know. But they emailed me to say that they're processing the orders now to make sure that your billing info is correct. So I did. And so maybe it'll ship soon. I don't know. I also don't know how long it takes to get here. Because I don't actually know where they ship from. I've never ordered direct from Pokemon Center before. But that is the new set of Pokemon cards in English. And we already got a preview when we opened that Abyss Eye box, over the course of last week. That was the preview because that's the Japanese version. So this one will actually have more cards and more to the set. Okay. So when will that arrive? Again, like I said, maybe middle of the month, maybe a little later. It'd be great if I get it early, but I won't know yet. I'll let you know when they say they've shipped it. And Erderming actually just asked, comparing Japanese pulls to English, in my opinion, the Japanese cards are of superior quality. So I was curious. I looked it up, okay, because I wanted to compare, just like you just said, Japanese to English and see the pulls and the quality. Sadly, I don't have an equivalent. Like, I didn't get a Japanese version of a card and then an English version of a card because I only did the Abyss Eye set, and the Abyss Eye set is Pitch Black. So I can't do a one-to-one comparison. The Pitch Black isn't out yet, right? When I get my Pitch Black box, I may be able to do a comparison and see, are the Japanese cards better than the English? But from what I've seen, if you actually have two of a similar card, the art is different. Like, I'll give you an example. This one. So this is Ampharos, and I believe this is from the Chaos Rising set, okay? So in Japan, Chaos Rising is called Ninja Spinner. And this card does exist in that set, but I looked it up, and the background is darker. It's like this card is set daytime. If you take a look, it's like a daytime setting. Apparently, if you get Ampharos in the Japanese set, it's nighttime, and the art is different in the background. So the actual character is the same, but the whole setting of the card is different. Like, they change the coloring and everything. And I guess that's the truth, is that in the Japanese cards, sometimes they use alternate art or various like changes to the art to differentiate between the Japanese and the English. Is it that big of a deal? No. But is the Japanese better? Maybe. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. Like I said, once I get this Pitch Black set, I'll definitely be able to do the comparison, But anyway, so that's update number 1. Pitch Black is coming. I just don't know exactly when. Hopefully, I'll get an update soon from Pokemon Center. They'll tell me when they ship it. Maybe we'll even get it early. I don't know if any of you have ever bought from Pokemon Center. If anyone has ever gotten stuff early, obviously, I would like to know. But I don't know. Now, that's update number 1. Update number 2, as you guys already know, I announced this yesterday. Since we only have 3 packs of the Chaos Rising cards left to open, the next box we're going to do is a Japanese box called Stellar Miracle. This is a totally new set, the likes of which we haven't seen yet. All new cards, all new hits. Everything will be cool, new, fresh. That's good. Instead of the same English ones again and again, we're going to get some different stuff in the next box. However, I have an update here, okay? You ready? In regards to the next box after that, I'm getting something completely different. Something you're never going to expect. Something that's out there. I'm telling you. All right? So just to forewarn you, okay? The next thing we're going to do before Pitch Black is going to be very, very interesting and different. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to spoil it. I just want you... It's going to be very different. All right? I basically did some research. I was like, ooh, that's interesting. And I wanted to try it. So, yes, the next thing we will be opening will be very different and very interesting, but that's all I'm going to say without spoil. I don't want to spoil it. Okay? Cool. Dead to Me 44, thank you for the membership. Thank you for joining this morning. I appreciate that. Now, also, I already owe you guys a pack for today's stream. Reason being, last night, we did a chill stream where I went through my gaming collection, and I had a giant bin of games of NES, Super NES, Genesis, and more. And we went through there, okay? And we looked up and graded all those games and priced them out. And it was crazy. There's actually some games there that I thought had no value, and they were over $100. Several were like $60. The Mega Man games are very valuable. I'm like, whoa. So what I might eventually do is buy like cases and things for the more expensive games to store them in. But while we were doing that stream, we had enough support to get 1 pack. And I said, I'm not going to just open the 1 pack because now I record it. Now it's a series called DSP Pack Rips. And I'm not going to do a whole video of me opening 1 pack of cards. That would be pretty stupid. No one's going to like that. So I'll save it for today's Assassin's Creed stream. Hopefully today we get some good support for Assassin's Creed. We earn more pack rips, and we'll do them all together, and we'll have a pretty good video. We only have 3 packs left of Chaos Rising, and then we have the Stellar Miracle set we're going to start opening. So if we get through 3 packs today, we already have 1 guaranteed from last night. We can start doing Stellar Miracle as well. Okay? So let's see how that goes. And that should be a lot of fun, I hope. I hope that you guys will be around for that. You'll be here, you'll hang out, you'll support, and we'll have a good stream and open up some packs today. Good old lady, thank you for the first super chat of the day, $5. I appreciate that. Hey, guys, $4.99 super chat gets us to $10 of support so far. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Cool. Which is my favorite Assassin's Creed game? The 2 trilogy. Particularly, I liked Brotherhood. A lot of people don't like Brotherhood, but I like Brotherhood because that was the one where you start recruiting and sending out assassins in like your guild. But the 2 trilogy is my favorite for sure. And then Assassin's Creed Black Flag has ranked as my second favorite. How are you, Rorico? How you doing? All right, so let's see. DSP tries it. The update to the Pitch Black box. The next thing we're going to be doing for unpacking is going to be completely different and wild. And I just talked about the new box of Stellar Miracle. Okay, we got all that caught up. Okay, schedule for this week. Interesting stuff coming up. All right, here's what's going on. Number 1, yes, we're going to keep playing Assassin's Creed, but there's going to be some variety in the schedule based on some stuff that's going on. Let's take a quick look at it together, shall we? Here we go. Ready? Let me turn off these effects, which I accidentally left on. Okay, so today, more Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and then tonight, Friday Night Fights, retro fighting games, old school Street Fighter fun. We didn't do it last week. People were upset. We're doing it again this week. Hopefully, you'll show up tonight to see me beat up people in old school Street Fighter. Tomorrow, Dark Souls 2 returns, and after that last stream, which was a stellar stream, we ended up defeating multiple bosses that usually kick my butt, like the Ruined Sentinels and Lost Sinner. Basically one-shotted everything. So now next time we continue on into other tougher areas, that's going to be an awesome stream. And then tomorrow night, yes, it is official. I'm going to give the new Pal World release a shot. It's actually on Game Pass for PC. And so I'm going to give it a go and see if it's any good. Remember, we played Pal World many years ago when it was an early release and it was very rough around the edges. Now I'm curious with full release how it's going to play, if it's going to be any better, if there's tons more features. I'm sure it's like a different game now, right? So we're going to try that on Saturday night. Now, here's the thing. If we try it on Saturday night and it works well and people like it, I'm not opposed to playing it again, okay? But let's see, because it really is an experiment. When I played it the first time, it only lasted a couple of streams and people got tired of it. So I don't know if it's going to be that same repetitive formula again, or if you guys are going to like it and say, hey, yeah, we want more. So let's see how it goes. We'll play it by ear tomorrow night, and we'll see if it's any good. Sunday, we're going to do Pokemon Brilliant Diamond continuing. Sunday night will be TCG Card Shop Sim. Perhaps we're getting to the end game of the game because at this point, there's not much left in it. We'll see how that stream does. On Monday, more Black Flag, and I would like to do a stream of Pokemon Champions this week. And I'm a little disappointed because I wanted to do it last week. We didn't get to it, right? So now I would like to this week. Hopefully we can do it. I don't know how it's going to work, if people are going to like it or not, but I do want to play it again. And then Tuesday is my final streaming day this week because I'm off on Wednesday, okay? So on Tuesday, we'll do more Dark Souls 2, and that's when I'm going to do the DSP Tries It for Firehouse subs. Tuesday night is completely up in the air, and there's many options, okay? Option number 1, we could do more Pal World if you guys liked it. Option number 2, we could do another stream where we go into my closet and we take a look at games again because we didn't finish last night, and I have a significant amount of Sega CD, 32X or 32X CD games, and I haven't graded or looked at them at all. Those could be very valuable because those were very rare to keep around. Those systems failed, and therefore their lineups have become somewhat collector's items. And the fact that I actually have them all in box, newer condition, may mean that they have some great value. And we really enjoyed hanging out last night. Like, people were like, yeah, that was a great stream. Would you do it again to finish off the collection? And yeah, I would. So maybe we'll do that on Tuesday night. I really don't know what I want to do yet. Okay, I think what we should do is let's see how this week goes. And we'll go from there. If we want to do it, we'll do it. If not, maybe we'll do Power World. Maybe we'll do something else. I don't know. All right. But then after that, when I have Wednesday off, when I return that Thursday, I want to get back on track. So I want you to listen. You ready for this? So after next Wednesday, I'm going to be working. You ready? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm going to be working 9 straight streaming days. So we're going to get pretty darn far in all the games that we're playing when I have 9 uninterrupted days of streams. And then we're going to get back on track with my Saturdays or my day off and stuff like that. Okay? So, yeah, the streams should be interesting and fun next week when we do this crazy string of days that I'll be streaming. All right? So that's what it looks like right now. I hope that sounds good to you. If you have any suggestions of anything, let me know. For example, I'm always looking for new suggestions for DSP Tries It. If you think of something interesting, let me know. Send it my way. Because I would like to have more things lining up as options in July for DSP Tries It and more. Okay? Cool. Why all of a sudden 9 straight days? Because I want to get set up back on schedule. My problem is right now I'm all out of sorts, having these weird days off in the middle of the week and shorter streaming weeks and everything. I want to get back on track. Okay. All right, so that's what I got for you today. Like I said, I want this to be a shorter show. So what I will now do, I will open up both chats to Q&A. If any of you guys are interested, please tag me in either chat. Let's see what you guys want to talk about, and we'll go from there, okay? Demolition Daddy says, DSP Tries It a lobster roll. Well, I'll put it this way. If I'm going to have a lobster roll, you got to have it at a restaurant. Why? Because lobster is supposed to be served fresh, warm. You know what I mean? I guess a lobster roll wouldn't be warm. I guess it depends, because some lobster rolls, don't they kind of make like a lobster salad with some kind of like a coating, but then with other ones, they'll put like butter on it, right? So I guess it depends on the style of lobster roll, because if they're going to put butter on it, you don't want cold butter. You want it to be like warm, right? So you'd have to have it like right there at the restaurant. You can't find last night's retro video on demand. It should be live. Let me find out. Live. It is public. It has 2,000 views. It's public and has 2,000 views. So I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, actually it has 3,000 views. It's called DSP Grade Zone Chill Retro Games Collection Night. And it should be in my videos feed. And it should also be in my live tab on the channel. It should be in both, right? I guess it shows in the live tab. Yeah, it shows in the live tab. You'll see it's Chill with Phil. We did 2 of them this week. Earlier in the week was when I completely eviscerated that Buckethead or whatever the fuck his name is. And then there's last night's stream. So both of those are available in the live tab. Okay. Cool. Alrighty. Cold lobster with a toasted roll would be the lobster roll. Okay. No, I don't know how to play the Pokemon trading card game. I collect the cards, I unpack the cards, but I don't know how to play it. Would I ever do an at-home lobster boil for DSP tries it? Probably not. Number one, I don't think I would want to kill the lobster myself. Like, it's a difference if you go to a restaurant where they do it professionally or you're doing it yourself. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to make food, I want it to already be dead. Does that make sense? I don't think that I would boil the lobster alive or, you know. I think there's like humane ways to do it. Aren't you supposed to put it out of its misery first? Like, you humanely like cut the head so that way you're not boiling it alive or whatever. But I think some people just boil them alive, right? But nah, I wouldn't want to do that. Good old lady, see you later. Thank you for the super chat. Can you have a quick look at my penis? No. It's not possible because it's so big it would take you a while to look at. There's no way to have a quick look at it. Sorry. How many push-ups can I do? I honestly don't know. I was doing them, but now since I have the exercise machine, I just do the actual press on the machine. So I don't do push-ups, so I don't know how many I could actually do anymore. That's right. Erdeming says it would feel like you're playing a game of Monster Hunter. You know, you look at this giant thing coming at you. Exactly. Nothing here says, after the success of the portable mic during the marathon, will you do VODs of life vlogging stuff using the mic? So we're talking about this. These are the Rode Micro mics. It's a set of 2. You pin them on your shirt. You have a little wireless adapter there that you can plug into PC or plug into your phone, and then you can record audio with them. And we tweaked the audio a tiny bit, and it ended up sounding really good. People liked it. We used it for that entire marathon, for the closet clean out, right? So would I use it again? Sure. Just the question is for what? I'm not sure what I would do with them yet. Originally, the plan was that maybe my wife and I would go to a few places this year to eat, and we'd actually do like in-restaurant reviews, which a lot of YouTubers do. We haven't really had a chance to do that. We've been incredibly busy this year with a million different things and haven't really even had time to plan. Like, most of the time, we don't even get to plan ahead what we're doing on a day off. We just kind of figure it out on the fly. So because of that, no, not yet. But would we eventually? I would like to. That would be nice, but I don't know. We have to see how it goes. Okay? I've had tacos al pastor, and they're delicious. Quasar says, if you can't handle the fact that animals need to be killed to eat them, why do you eat them? It's not can't handle the fact that you have to kill them. It's that I don't want to kill them myself. Do you understand? It's a little different. Some people have problems killing plants. But then, you don't have to be the farmer that harvests the plant. You understand? Like, I don't have to be the person that butchers the animal. Roy Barnes, 2 months as a member. Thank you, Roy. Says you should try Sandland one day. You'll like it. Was that the game that has the illustrations, Toriyama illustrations? Is that what I'm thinking? It was an RPG or whatever, or was it an action game? I don't know. I skipped it because most people didn't really talk about it, and apparently it did not sell very well either. Like, no one really paid attention to it when it came out, if that's the game that I'm thinking of. Oh, your answer isn't, have I tried tacos al pastor? You're asking me, can I try tacos al pastor? I could. I think there's a couple places around here that do tacos al pastor. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who has a problem killing plants to eat them? I don't know. I'm just making a hypothetical. I'm sure there is some weirdo who's like, I don't want to kill anything. Like, well, then you can't survive. Like, that's just the way of life, is that in order for you to survive, you need to assimilate other things, so they have to die, right? No one survives eating rocks. You have to eat something that was alive, you know? Good morning, Data Checker. How are you? How's my workout going? Good. Actually, this week I was thrown into disarray because of my schedule being so weird. And there were certain days when, like, my wife and I were, like, super, like, tired. We're like, I'm not going to work out. I'm too tired. And then there was the day I had the day off in the middle of the week, right? Finally, last night, I got back to the workouts. And it was a good one. Ooh, it was a good one. Because when you don't work out for a few days, then you go back and you do your normal workout that you would have done. And now it's harder because now your body kind of, you weren't doing it actively all week. So I was like, ooh, it's harder now. I'm feeling the burn worse. Like my legs. Oh, I did the leg lifts. My legs were burning. I was like, oh, man, I got it done. But after the fact, I'm like, oh, shit. So I wonder if today I'll be like sore. It's usually not the day after. It's usually 2 days after when you really start to feel the burn. I guess we'll have to see. Oh, it's pretty obvious none of you have ever worked out, humans. All you guys on Kick, yeah, you guys just sit around on the internet all day. You're all like either giant fat blobs eating Doritos and fucking Twinkies, or you're probably tiny, skinny little wimps. I know who watches me on Kick. The schedule command was not updated. You're absolutely right. I forgot to update the schedules last night. Let me go ahead and update both for YouTube and Kick. I was behind on doing stuff. I told you, I've been behind this week, man. Okay. Here we go, and here we go. Oh, now it's logged out. Now I got to log it back in. Come on. Okay. There we are. Okay, now the command, schedule command is updated both on YouTube and on Kick. Cool. Yes, Kick Chat is very bizarre. And just to reiterate what I said yesterday, the way I'm approaching it now is this. Because the number one restreamer is gone, all right? So now I'm getting way more views both on YouTube and on Kick. Like today, normally on a morning show, I'd have maybe 200 viewers. We have almost 300 already, and I didn't even start playing the game yet. And on Kick, I've noticed already I got more viewers. So here's what I'm going to do. I understand I'm going to get a lot more of the toxic viewers. Do you understand? And there's nothing I can really do about that. Here's how we're going to handle it. If you're an actual fan of my content, if you like me, if you want to be positive and talk about the games and hang out, if you want that chill vibe and a more moderated chat experience, join me on the YouTube side on DSP Gaming, okay? If you want to troll, if you want to be a jerk, if you want to razz me, if you want to be an idiot, go to the Kick Chat. That's actually how we're going to handle it. We're going to separate it just like that, and I'm going to let the Kick Chat fly. I'm going to let it get spammed. I'm going to, However, you have to understand, okay, there has to be some limits. I can't just let anyone say anything because then I could get in trouble for it. So there can't be any blatant racism, all right? No N-words. There can't be any kind of disgusting sexual stuff. You can't be saying awful, gross stuff there. You can't be doxing people. You know, it's the basic stuff that's just not allowed in any chat anywhere. We can't have that on the Kick side, okay? You can talk shit about me all day. I don't really care. But you can't do the forbidden things that are going to get you banned from the chat. You understand? Like, I'm going to, like, you look at how crazy it is right now. I'm just going to let it roll. But that's really all that we're going to moderate is the absolute necessary stuff and nothing else. Okay? So, there you go. So, people can go crazy on Kick Chat. It's going to fly. It's going to have a zillion pieces of engagement. Go for it. All right? That's, what else can I do? I can't control it. I'm not going to sit here and try to get 700 mods to lock it down. We have the YouTube chat. The YouTube chat runs well for nice discussion and intelligent thought. And then the Kick chat is like a barrel of monkeys, and they're all bouncing around, acting, throwing their own feces all over the place, you know? I guess that's how it's going to be. Okay? Okay. Yak Almighty says you should call Kick Chat DSP Uncensored. Wait a minute. I know what we can call it. We can call it DSP Raw. We can call it Raw Phil. Why not? I mean, it's me, and it's raw, unedited chat. We should call it Raw Phil. That sounds good. That's a good idea. Why not? I like that idea a lot. I wonder how I came up with that name. Wow. Amazing. Here we go. There we are. Very nice. Okay. Anyway, so good stuff. Anyway, so what else would you guys like to talk about? Like I said, I don't want this I almost said podcast. Ooh. I don't want this morning show to go too long. Okay? No, I'm not changing the name of the channel on Kick. I'm keeping it the same channel. I'm jesting. I'm saying it in jest. Okay. So what do you guys want to talk about? Like I said, last chance, let's do a little bit of Q&A. Thanks for the early support. We already have 1 pack of Pokemon cards. I will unpack at the end of the stream. If we get $100 of support, that's 2. 150, that's 3. 200, that's 4, etc. If we get a $50 contribution, that's a bonus pack. If we get a $100 contribution, that's a ultra pack. So we'll actually start opening either Prismatic Evolutions or the Destined Rivals again. All that stuff, all right? Let's go. Am I looking forward to the Wolverine game? I mean, after we saw that preview, yes, the preview looked good. The preview looked like old school Wolverine from Marvel Comics. Since it isn't a modern X-Men scenario where Wolverine has been more toned down and supposed to be his older self. Yes, it looks good to me, and I'm excited for the game. I want to play it. Am I glad they took out the office job segments in Assassin's Creed 4? To be honest, yeah. Because they've already killed that plot line. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you remember when AC4 came out, they were still going with the whole modern plot line and they cared about it. It's obvious in the last few outings they don't anymore, that they just basically killed it off because they have horrible writers that can't write stories anymore. So because of that, forget it, right? Just go with the old school Assassin versus Templar plot. And quite honestly, since we know that the plot's not going anywhere with the modern day segments, why waste time on it? Seriously, just take it out. Now, I hope people understand, for game preservation, you can always go back and play the original and it will be intact without the parts missing. But for modern gamers like us, if you're just playing it to enjoy the game and you don't really care about the ongoing narrative because they already ruined it, I'd much rather just have it removed, quite honestly. Okay. Oh, let's see here. Virtual Boy did 500 kicks. Does it feel disingenuous to ask for support to open packs on a stream and then arbitrarily decide to save them for the next day's stream? No. Thanks for 500 kicks. What did you think I was going to say? Erderming says, don't forget, I'm looking for vintage games. Vintage game shirts sell for lots too. I bet I have some sick ones. Oh, no, I don't. My shirt, you've seen the extent of my shirts. Most of the old ones wore out and I got rid of. I don't have anything vintage like that, no. The most vintage thing I have is my shirt when I went to the Chicago Blues Festival in 2008. That's the oldest shirt I own, I believe. When it comes to t-shirts, anyway. Am I going to get the PlayStation Fight Stick when it comes out? Probably not, Philip, to be honest with you. I'm happy with my stick right now, my Victrix Pro. I'm not really even playing fighting games that actively these days. Like this Avatar fighting game coming out, I'm on the fence about playing it because only a few weeks after, the Marvel Tokon game is coming out. And I'm like, maybe I should just focus on Marvel Tokon rather than play two at once. You know what I mean? So, since that's the case, I don't know if I should be buying a zillion accessory peripherals. Like, why do I need another joystick for right now? I could review it, but I don't know how much use I'll actually get out of it. And on top of that, all the stuff in it is, I know that's supposed to be like custom made for tournaments. I get that. But it may not be as good as, say, just putting in your own parts, in which case I could just do that with my Victrix Pro. Like, my Victrix Pro has Sanwa parts that I put in myself that I really like. And I know you could probably do that with the PlayStation one too, but then why are you even buying it? All you're doing then is you're buying the base, right? So I don't know. I'm not really sold on it. I looked into it and I almost was going to get it. And I was like, I don't really need another joystick, you know? If I was heavily into fighting games and I played them all the time again, then maybe I would consider it. But right now, I don't think so. Zaka asks, or Zaka says, are you going to play the Black Ops ports that are currently on PS5? So to explain this story, you need to know what he's talking about. What they have done, they tried to do a cash grab, okay? They basically didn't make a lot of money on Call of Duty last year, all right? They probably their most underperforming Call of Duty in a long time. So they're doing this cash grab over the summer. What they did is they ported Black Ops 1 and 2, the original games from way back when, you know, you're talking over a decade ago, right? It's the PlayStation versions, okay? Which weren't even prominent at that time. It was actually the Xbox versions on console that got more play at that time. But they ported just the PlayStation versions, and all they did was make it so now they will play on modern consoles. They didn't really improve anything, okay? They basically play just like they did back then. They look very much like they did back then. All they did was a straight up port so you can now play them on, say, PS5, okay? They're charging money for it. Even if you owned it previously, they're still charging for it. So you have to buy them again, okay? And from what most people are reporting, it really just feels like a cheap cash grab. Like, they just wanted to make some extra profits over the summer. There was no reason for them to do it. Now, listen, I like Black Ops 1 and 2. I think that they are exceptionally good games. I played them back in the day a lot online. I made a lot of content out of them. They're good games. But the one thing that really, for me, is kind of the crappy thing about this, they're limited to being played only on PlayStation. That means you would have to use the PS5 DualSense controller to play them on PlayStation. Now, will it have any DualSense stuff enabled? No. Again, these are just straight up ports. So it's not like, oh, you're going to have adaptive triggers playing Black Ops. No, that's not in it. It's literally just a one-to-one port so you can play them. So none of the features of the DualSense will be used, but you can use the DualSense to play them. You understand what I'm saying? I don't like the DualSense. It's okay for certain games, but like if I'm going to play Call of Duty in 2026, I want to use my gaming keyboard and mouse. I want to use my high-end equipment here. You know what I'm saying? I spent a lot of money on this stuff to get the best experience. So I don't want to play on the DualSense. It would be like relearning the game. I also don't like the thumbstick configuration on the DualSense. For an FPS, I just don't feel like it's a good one. I want to have the thumbsticks that's one up here and one down here rather than both equal, like parallel to each other. So, yeah, I just don't think I'm going to play. Originally, I was like, oh, I'm gung-ho for that. That sounds good. I'll play it because I like Black Ops 1 and 2. And they are great games. I just want to make this abundantly clear. They're really good multiplayer games. Back in the day, they were super fun to play. But to be stuck on PlayStation and playing on a DualSense like that, I don't think it's going to be a very fun experience, to be honest with you. Yak Almighty says, you also need PS Plus. I'm going to wait for the PC port. Yeah, I think I have PS Plus. I just left it on for endlessly for years. So I'm still paying for it. So that wouldn't be a big deal. But yeah, I mean, that's another thing. If you're someone who's a PC gamer and now it's like, oh, you can only play these on PlayStation. Now you got to pay for a PS Plus subscription to play this stupid thing. Like, what is going on? It's dumb. Nothing here asked, do I miss the adrenaline of in-person Street Fighter battles? I think people don't give you enough credit for competing and doing well. It's a whole other thing to do in person. Yeah, it's fun. It really is. I enjoyed my time as much as it is part of my past, and I'm not going back to that lifestyle. I enjoyed when I was younger, traveling the country, meeting people from all different walks of life, all different places, absorbing their culture when I was there, having different kinds of food, different kinds of weather, and just hanging out, meeting people, and having a good time. Back then, it wasn't like today where everything was online. So the only real way you would get exposure to new techniques and new gameplay elements and new strategies was to travel and play competitively in person against people, right? You had to. So, I would fly to Texas and be in Texas Showdown. I'd meet a whole bunch of cool people. I'd play against them and learn strategies. They'd see mine. We'd have a great time together. And I get some good food. We'd go out and get some meals together, some good food. We'd hang out and talk about stuff. Then I'd go to California and I'd meet a whole completely different kind of people, different climate, different culture, different food. It was neat at that point in my life, just traveling and doing that. If it wasn't for Street Fighter, I don't know if I would have gone half the places I did, met half the people I did, and had the experiences that I did. But it's definitely in my past. Now that I'm middle-aged and I have a successful YouTube presence and streaming career, I don't really care to go traveling and go to tournaments anymore. Is it cool to meet people and hang out? Yeah, like right now, I bet you, if I were to go to any tournament, let's say I drove to Seattle and I entered a local, it would be cool to meet all the local players and see their techniques. I'm sure they would kick my ass because I don't play the modern fighting games that much, but it'd be cool to just be part of that scene. But at the same time, that was a time of my life when, I didn't have anything else to do. I didn't have anything going on. So it didn't matter if I traveled and I was gone for a week and I was sitting in a freaking ballroom or a convention center or wherever, hanging out playing video games, sitting in a hotel room playing video games. I had nothing else to do. Today I'm married. I'm happy. I don't want to drop everything to go travel to a tournament. I don't really care to, So life changes. Things get better. It's like, well, I'm happy where I am. I don't want to, go back to my lifestyle when I was in my 20s. For Friday Night Fights, why don't use Dan? I could. I mean, Dan's in a few games that we play. He's in the Alpha series. I do use Dan in Alpha 3, actually. He's not in anything else. Like, he's not in Super Turbo. He's not in Third Strike. He's not in CVS 2. Is Dan in CVS 2? He's not, right? I don't think so. I don't think they put Dan in CVS 2. So, yeah. Listen to this. You can have Cat watch Jasper. Why not go to a local and make friends? Because I'm middle-aged, I'm married, I'm happy. I don't need to go make more friends. Does that make sense? I have a full life. I'm very busy. I work a lot. I want to spend more time with my wife when I can. I don't get to spend enough time with Kat. I don't want to spend less time with her to go somewhere and meet new friends. I want to spend more time with the person who I married. Does that make sense? I mean, I guess maybe it doesn't for people who don't. Like, you don't have a significant other, you're not married, you don't get it, maybe, okay. But, like, this is what I'm telling you. Like, I made this life choice many years ago. I said, oh, I want to be with this person forever. Okay, it's not just a legal contract. It's an emotional thing. It's everything. I want to be with her forever. I want to spend as much time with her as possible. I don't really care to now say, oh, I made a mistake. I want to go spend time with other people. No, I'm happy now. Right? Here, let me make an analogy. Ready? Let's make an analogy. All right? So let's say you sit down at a table and someone puts down an amazing gourmet Subway sandwich. Not Subway. Okay, I said the wrong thing. A gourmet submarine sandwich. And it's got everything you've ever wanted, right? That you ever wanted. You say, oh, man, this is going to be my best meal ever. And you go for the meal. You commit to it. You're eating it. You're loving it, right? But then on the other side of the table, someone puts down a pizza, right? Well, that pizza could be good, but you've already got the ideal in front of you. You've already got the best sandwich possible. Why would you say, oh, well, now I'm going to leave the sandwich and go have the pizza? You're eating the best sandwich ever. You already got there. You're already happy. You're already good, right? Be happy with what you have. You don't always have to be seeking more. I already won the lottery, get it? Like, I already met the love of my life. I'm happy. I have no desire to now go make 10 more, 20 more, 40 more, 100 more friends. I'm happily married. But again, a lot of people would not understand that. They really wouldn't get that. They'd be like, oh, I'm confused. Don't you want more friends? Don't you want to do this? Don't you want to do that? No, I'm already exhausted with how much I'm doing. I don't need more. Does that make sense? Like, sure, is it possible I could stream less and spend less time with my wife to go to a tournament in Seattle and play Street Fighter? Yes, that's possible. But it probably wouldn't make me more happy. In fact, I'd just be more stressed out because I'm taking on even more that I really don't want to take on. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. And now I didn't. Are you kidding me? I think I need to restart my PC. A lot of my stuff seems to be lagging. Yeah. I haven't restarted my PC in a bit. And, yeah, look, this isn't right either. Everything is screwed up. Whatever. All right. Anyway. There we go. Yeah, wow, that was like ultra delayed. Sheesh. Okay. Okay. Tanya Raven, thanks for $5. Tanya Raven says, after I gifted you those subs the other day, I got harassing messages on one of my YouTube videos. I won't change my life for you or any others. Yeah, and I'm sorry for that. This happens all the time. People contribute. It's not just me, for the record. It's people contribute to someone online, and someone's upset about that. Oh, wait, that person's successful. And then they go harass the person who supported, which makes no sense. It's ridiculous. First off, you have to understand it doesn't affect me. You harassing my supporters doesn't affect me. It's dumb. It doesn't make any sense to do it. You know, that person is up. It's up to them if they're going to ever support again or not. And some people will be like, well, maybe not. And other people will be like, well, now I'm going to just because you said I can't. So here you go. Tanya Raven not only came back and just gave $5, but then just gifted 5 memberships to the community because someone opened their big mouth and tried to harass them. So stop. Just stop doing it. It makes no sense whatsoever. But in truth, just so everyone knows, I'm sorry it happens. Obviously, I can't control it. I wish that people would just grow up and stop being idiots on the internet, but you can't, right? You just can't make people become intelligent, Thank you, Tanya, for the support this morning. I should say this afternoon. Faded Shadow, how are you? Good to see you. So actually, technically now Tanya is the top super chatter and the top membership gifter as well. Thank you for the 5. That's $15 of support right there. Thank you, Tanya. I'm doing well today. All right. Guys, we're going to end the morning show in just a minute, so absolute last chance if you want to ask a question, please tag me in either chat, and then we're going to get on to Assassin's Creed. Connor John, thanks for $2. It's a toxic message I would never read, but I'll gladly accept your money. Keep it coming. All right, I guess that's it. All right. Well, it was a chill morning show. Oh, Tanya Raven did another $2 super chat. Says, I'm actually playing Sandland and it's a fun game. Is it? Well, okay. What kind of game is it? Is it an RPG? Is it an action game? Because I was under the impression it was like a turn-based RPG. And then when it came out, everyone was like, no, it's actually not that. You're misunderstanding it, but then I never played it. Look at it. DSP Zesty on the Low has just done $1 super chat. Thank you so much. We're up to $40 of support now, guys. Thank you for the early support. No, I would not go to a tournament and take my wife with me. She has zero interest in competitive fighting games. Why would I force her to come to a tournament and be bored to tears? For the record, tournaments are incredibly boring, all right? You go to the tournament, you register, or if you pre-registered, you check in, and then you go to casual stations and you just play against random people in matches, and then you sit around all day waiting for your match to be called, and you play the match, and you just sit around all day more. Because if you leave the venue, then you get DQ'd if you miss your match. So you're forced to just sit around waiting for someone to call you to play your match. It's so boring. Okay, I know, I've done it for over 10 years. I was in tournaments. It's not... the enjoyable part is the competitive fights. That's it. The waiting is so fucking boring. So imagine just sitting around all day with your wife, just sitting there. All right, well, what are we doing? Well, I could go over there and wait in line and play a bunch of casual matches. Or we could just sit here and wait for them to call me for my match in the tournament. Oh, that's it? Yeah, that's it. Now, the bigger tournaments today, from what I'm to understand, are more like conventions. They'll have like a marketplace where you can walk around, you can buy stuff. They'll have like an arcade where you can play games. They'll have like booths and things that you can see, presentations. That's kind of cool because obviously then you'd have something to do while you're waiting for your matches. But the old school grassroots stuff I used to go to had zero of that. Zero. It was just sit around and wait. So, yeah, not exactly the most exciting environment to be in. Tanya, thanks for another $2. She says it's an action RPG with mecha and melee combat. So it's a hybrid game. Okay. Maybe that's what I wasn't getting at first. It's the art style. You know, the art style looking like Toriyama. You think it's either going to be pure action or pure RPG like Dragon Quest, and it's neither of those things, right? Okay. What's up, Clyde Cash? How are you? John, thank you for $5. He says, here's some Black Flag support. Hope we get further in the story today. The game is amazing, in my opinion. Yeah, we're going right to story because we did everything. We did all the side content. So with all the side content done, we are going straight to story today when we boot it up. And we got Soul at 2 a.m. with the $5 super chat. He says, tree hyraxes forage mostly at night. They eat insects with along with leaves, fruit, bark, twigs, grass, and other forest vegetation. Thank you to Soul at 2 a.m. for $5. I appreciate that. And now we got Secret Rain with a $1 super chat. Thank you, Secret Rain, with a $1 super chat. Then we got Connor John with a $2 super chat and a toxic message I'd never read, but I'll accept your money. Thank you, guys. We've got some kind of a rallying going on. We've got a rally of support. Thank you for that. We get to $100, we'll have a second pack of Pokemon cards to be opened. We only have 3 left of Chaos Rising, and we are already opening one on this stream. Let's get them all done. Let's finish Chaos Rising tonight so that we can get onto our new box of Stellar Miracle Japanese cards. Let's do it. Thank you, guys. Adam Outlaw, how are you doing today? Good to see you. Very nice. Yeah, see, this is what I can't allow. I can't have people saying kill yourself and stuff like that. That's against terms of service. So when you do stuff like that, I have to ban you. So, I mean, you could troll me. You could call me names and stuff. You can't be saying that kind of stuff. You can't wish physical harm on someone. You can't be racist. You can't do that stuff. It's just not allowed, guys. You got to wise up. Okay. All right. Let's end the show, everyone. Thanks for a chill DSP morning show this morning. I hope you enjoyed it. We were going to have morning shows all week, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, morning show every day. No podcast. We may do a podcast on Tuesday to end the week and to recap the week, but we're just going to do shorter morning shows so we can get to gameplay and do around 3 hours of gameplay every single day now. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Okay. Let's go. Let's get set up. Okay, everybody. Let's get set up for Assassin's Creed. All right, let's mute this music. Here we go. Okay. All righty then. Here we are. We're going to jump right in. Thank you for the early support. I really appreciate that, everybody.